Hello, and welcome to Erika's Cozy Stories. However you found your way here tonight, I'm glad you did. Get very comfortable, let your body sink into whatever is holding you right now, and let the evening drift away with you. Tonight, we're spending a quiet hour in a small perfumery, at the very end of a long day of blending. Let your eyes grow heavy whenever they're ready. And let's begin. The shop is quiet now. Just you, and the low, golden light of a single lamp, and the soft, layered hush of 100 small scents, resting all around you in the dark. You're seated at your work table, near the back of the shop. The front room has already gone dim, the display shelves just visible as soft shapes in the low light, but here, at your table, the lamp glows warm and close, and everything within its little circle feels safe, and slow, and entirely yours. In front of you, a row of small glass bottles waits to be finished. New scents, blended over the past few days, finally ready. You reach for the first one. It's cool in your hand, the glass smooth and rounded, catching the lamplight in a small, soft gleam. You turn it over once, gently, watching the pale liquid inside shift and settle. This one, you call warm milk and cedar. You lift the stopper and let yourself have one slow breath of it. It's soft, round. The scent of a glass of warm milk left on a windowsill, and underneath it, just a whisper of cedar, like the inside of an old wooden drawer. Nothing sharp about it. Nothing that asks anything of you. Just warmth and a little bit of wood, and the feeling of being tucked in. You settle the stopper back into place, and reach for the small cap waiting beside it. It's brushed gold, cool and light between your fingers. You press it gently onto the bottle, and turn it, slow and even, until you feel it settle home with the smallest, softest click. You set the bottle down on your felt mat, and reach for your labels. They're plain, cream-colored, waiting in a small stack beside your ink pot. You dip your pen, and write, in your own quiet, looping hand. Warm milk and cedar. The nib moves slow across the paper, leaving behind a thin, dark, even line. You like this part. The unhurried scratch of pen on paper, in a room with nothing left to rush toward. You press the label gently against the glass, smoothing it down with your thumb, corner to corner, until it sits flat and even. You set the finished bottle aside, in its own small patch of lamplight, and reach for the next. This one is a soft green glass, and you already know, before you even open it, that it's the one you finished blending just yesterday. Gray wool and rain. You lift the stopper, and breathe it in, slow. It's damp, but gently so, like a coat left by the door after a walk in soft rain. Underneath, a little wool, warm and a little dusty, the way a favorite sweater smells after a whole day of wear. It doesn't smell like the outdoors, exactly. It smells like just having come in from it. Like the relief of a closed door, and dry socks, and nowhere left to be. You cap it. Slow, careful turns, until it settles with its own small click. You write its label the same way as before, unhurried, the pen tracing each letter with care. Gray wool and rain. You press it into place, and set the bottle beside the first. Two done. A whole row still waiting. You reach for the next, and the next, moving through them at your own pace, in no particular hurry to reach the end. A pale amber bottle, holding candlelight and chamomile, soft, and a little sweet, like tea steeping slow in a quiet kitchen, with the faintest trace of warm beeswax underneath, the way a room smells just after a candle's been blown out. A small round bottle of pale blue glass, holding linen and lavender, clean and soft, like sheets just brought in from the line, lavender folded gently through them, not sharp, just a whisper, like the last thing you smell before your head finds the pillow. A low, wide bottle, holding oatmeal and vanilla, warm and plain and comforting, like a bowl left cooling on the counter on a slow morning, vanilla curling faintly through the steam. Each one, you cap with the same slow care. Each label, you write the same unhurried way, the pen moving at exactly the pace your hand wants to move, no faster. Each bottle finds its place in the row, until the whole line of them catches the lamplight together, a dozen small, soft gleams, each one holding some small, quiet comfort inside. You lean back, just for a moment, and let yourself breathe in the whole room at once. It doesn't smell like any one thing. It smells like all of them together, blended so gently by the evening air that nothing stands out on its own. Warm milk, and rain, and lavender, and vanilla, folded together into something soft, and round, and entirely without edges. You think, as you often do at this hour, about why you love this work. It isn't really about the scents themselves. Not exactly. It's about this, the quiet act of taking something soft and formless, and giving it a name, and a shape, and a small glass home. It's the lamplight, and the pen moving slow across the label, and the little click of a cap settling into place. It's a room, at the end of a long day, that asks nothing of you but your attention, given gently, one small bottle at a time. You reach for the last one. A small, round bottle, the glass almost clear, holding the newest scent of all. You haven't quite settled on its name yet. You lift the stopper, and breathe it in, slow. Soft cotton, warm from a dryer. A little sugar, like the last trace of a cookie cooling on the counter. And underneath, something like a low hum of vanilla, and something like the smell of a blanket pulled up to your chin. You sit with it a moment longer than the others, turning the bottle slowly in the lamplight, letting the name come to you in its own time. There's no rush to it. Naming is a little like sewing, or like sleep itself, you think. It comes easier the less you reach for it. And then, softly, it arrives. Soft morning, no alarm. You smile, just slightly, and reach for your pen. You write the name slow, each letter unhurried, the way you've written every name tonight. You press the label into place, smoothing it flat beneath your thumb. You cap the bottle, one slow turn, and set it gently at the end of the row, the very last of tonight's work, resting now among all the others. You look at them all together. A dozen small bottles, capped and labeled, catching the lamp's warm light in a row of soft, quiet gleams. There's nothing left to do now, but close up. You gather your tools slowly. The pen, wiped clean, and set back in its stand. The inkpot, capped, and returned to its shelf. The stack of unused labels, squared neatly, and tucked away in their drawer. You rise from your stool, and it gives a small, familiar creak, the sound settling the day the way a lid settles onto a jar. You move around the shop slowly, in the low light, checking the shelves out of habit more than need. The bottles here rest in soft, uneven rows, some tall, some low and round, each one holding some small, quiet comfort inside, waiting patiently for morning. You reach the front counter last, and glance once through the window. The street outside has gone a deep, soft blue, street lamps just beginning to glow gold along the pavement. It looks, from in here, like a room of its own, quiet, and dim, and settling in for the night, the same as this one. You reach for the lamp. You pause there a moment, your hand resting lightly against the switch, breathing in, one more time, the whole soft blend of the room. Warm milk. Rain on wool. Lavender folded into linen. Oatmeal, and vanilla, and something like a morning with nowhere to be. You switch off the lamp. The room settles into a gentle dark, the bottles along the shelves still faintly visible, small, soft shapes, resting quietly, waiting for you to return. You find your coat by feel, and shrug it on, feeling its familiar weight settle over your shoulders. You step to the door, and the little bell above it gives one last, soft chime as you pull it closed behind you. You turn the key, and feel the bolt settle home, quiet and certain. Outside, the evening air is cool, and touched faintly with the smell of rain not yet arrived. You stand there a moment, on the step, letting the whole soft day settle in your chest, like a held breath finally let go. And then you begin to walk. Slow. unhurried, carrying with you, faintly, the last trace of tonight's work, warm milk, and gray wool, and something like a soft morning, with nowhere left to be, and no alarm left to ring. Just rest. Waiting, quietly, for you.